And I started smoking a cigarette and...
Let's roll. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm just playing on this one. I can scroll the whole time.
Maybe if I loved her more completely. Is my vocal loud?
I think it sounds good.
I'll still be the one who makes her swing.
Say like we kind of started this band not knowing what genre we wanted to do. Like we kind of were thinking like we would do a lot of different stuff, and maybe that would be our thing, is that we play like all different kinds of music, and like that's kind of would be what was cohesive about our repertoire. But like Scott said, I think what ended up working consistently was like doing the folk and the country thing, and what we ended up liking and when we were writing songs, that's just what came out.
I'll go on back to the just got paid. Oh, I'll go on back on the way to the saloon. Then I'll go on back to my exit coming up real soon.
I feel like we play what we know, and I think that's why we feel so successful as individual artists as well, because there's like a groundwork that was laid down when I was young or in music school, whatever, and we can just expand on that, and it's really nice. We're definitely in love with the music that we're making. Definitely the DIY community in Allston really kind of helped us find our footing here. They really just were like, okay, this is where you guys are meant to be, and we want you to grow right here. And that's what we did. And it's so beautiful. I love Allston so much for that reason. Like, it's a huge community. It's like the best family I've ever had. And yeah, I think we definitely found ourselves here because everyone's so supportive.
I think we all feel, or everyone in the Allston DIY community and stuff, I think we all kind of feel adopted by it. You know what I mean? Like, it all just, some things have been around for a long time. Gay Garden's been around since I guess allegedly the 80s, and but as far as, the new houses, they just, they're more recent. We all kind of it all just kind of happened, and we were all kind of adopted into it.
Yes, I'll go on back, and the spread's looking good so far. And I'll go on back when I ask her to dance. And I'll go on back when she tells me there's no chance. Oh, I'll go on back if I'm missing you so bad. And I'll go on back if there's woman I ever had.
I think there's a lot of folk that's kind of more on this adult contemporary thing where it's moved into this whole kind of other zone, and and I think with the whole singer-songwriter thing and John Mayer and stuff like that, that whole deal has had an influence on some of what is now considered folk. But yeah, I think to me, I'm really excited to bring back an older style of it, or just that nostalgia. That's what I feel like a lot of modern folk is missing. What I'm really captured by when I hear a folk song is how old it sounds, the old timey feel, and just the nostalgia of that.
Yes, I'll go on back and she's saying things I can't allow. And I'll go on back cause I'm sitting next to a dead man. And I'll go on back just steady up my hand. I'm knocking them off
in terms of folk belonging, in the span of the tradition, or in the span of our society or whatever, I think folk is much less about pushing new boundaries, as it is sustaining, giving society like the things that folk provides for them. There's this oral tradition to it. There's this social aspect of folk. A different social aspect than the social aspect of going to a club, with a bunch of people and dancing to like dubstep or electronic. I mean, that's social too. They're different avenues, and I think that I think folk helps keep that equilibrium.
Folk music has its own like inherent kind of philosophy too, almost. It's almost like its own. It's like a lifestyle choice, almost of like, okay, we don't need a bunch of like money or like frivolous things or whatever. It's
we just need
a guitar and like a little teeny amp, and like you don't need a lot, but it's really humanistic because of that, like it's separating, or it doesn't separate as much. I think with some modern forms of music, there's just singers, a few instruments, and then you're just trying to get an emotion across.